From the book Beyond Within, written by Sri Chinmoy. Questions and answers. Question. When you spoke of need to transcend the past, you said that the world is continually evolving. Could you say more about this? Sri Chinmoy. Each person has to know and feel how much he has progressed. When he accepts the spiritual life and walks along the path of spirituality, he is bound to see inner progress. In the inner world, he achieves peace, light, and bliss. But in the outer world, his nature is still imperfect. It takes time to manifest these divine qualities in one's outer behavior. If we look only at the outer activities, we will be disappointed. But if we go deep within, we will see how much peace, light, and bliss this person has already achieved. In the course of time, he will be able to manifest what he has inside himself. What we have within, we are bound to manifest either tomorrow or the day after. What happens if, after practicing spirituality for a while, you decide you want to take a rest and then continue your journey at a later time? Sri Chinmoy. In the ordinary life, after you have covered 1 mile, you can remain where you are for a while and take rest before continuing on your journey. But in the spiritual life, it is not like that. In the spiritual life, once you take rest, doubt enters into you, fear enters into you, suspicion enters into you. All kinds of negative forces enter into you and destroy all your possibilities. Your potentiality remains the same. Eventually you will realize God. But the possibilities that you once had, the golden possibilities, you have lost. If you stop meditating and live the spiritual life, the progress that you have made will be destroyed. People will not receive a good vibration from you. Nobody will get inspiration from you. You won't be able to give your soul's smile. You will fall back into your old ways and be lost to ignorance. However, the essence of the progress that you made will remain inside the soul. The essence is never lost, even though in your outer life you cannot use it. The quintessence of the progress that you made will remain inside your heart. And after 5 or 10 years, when you want to meditate again, or in your next incarnation, this quintessence will come to the fore. If you pray to God most sincerely to enter into the spiritual life again, your previous progress will loom large in your life. So always be on the alert and run as fast as you can toward your goal. Do not stop until the race is won. Otherwise, the pool of ignorance will take you back again to the place from which you started. Question. Sometimes people say that the dream is always better than the reality, and that the search for something is better than the actual achievement of that thing. Because when the goal is reached, there is no place else to go. Does this also apply to the spiritual life? Sri Chinmoy. In the spiritual life, we have to know that there is no end to our journey, because God is not and cannot be satisfied with any particular standard. Today's dream will transform itself into tomorrow's reality. But again, tomorrow's reality will be meaningless in comparison with the reality we are aiming at the following day. There is no end to our reality, because we have the infinite divine within us constantly. It is our goal to change the face of reality from bright to brighter to brightest, and from high to higher to highest. Even in the highest, the reality has to go beyond, 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 because God does not, cannot, and will not ever accept any end to His creation. For creation is His progress, His own movement, and God wants endless progress in infinite ways. Question. I often find that in the spiritual life I go up and down. I always hope that I will not fall down again, but it happens constantly. Sri Chinmoy. In the beginning, everybody experiences ups and downs in the spiritual life. When a child is learning to walk, in the beginning he stumbles and falls again and again and again. But after a while he learns to walk properly, and finally to run. Eventually he can run as fast as his capacity will allow. But a small child cannot expect to run as fast as his father does, because his father has much more capacity. You experience ups and downs. When you are up, you have to feel that you are getting a glimpse of your eventual capacity. When you are down, you should simply feel that this is only a temporary incapacity. Just because you see that those who are more advanced than you in the spiritual life are running, you must not be discouraged. Once upon a time, they also stumbled. Right now, the sky may be full of clouds, but a day will come when the sun will shine again with its full effulgence. When you experience low moments of fear, of doubt, of lack of aspiration, you should feel that this won't last forever. Like a child who has fallen, you must try to stand up again. Someday you will be able to walk, then run, and finally run the fastest without falling. Question. Now that I have entered into the spiritual life, I have more problems with desires. Is the Supreme giving me these extra desires to strengthen me? Sri Chinmoy. When we have entered into the life of aspiration and spirituality, the Supreme will not bring extra desires and impurities into our mind or life. It is He who has given us aspiration, so why should He give us desire, which is directly opposite to aspiration? No. He will not deliberately impede our progress in this way. These desires seem suddenly to appear, but they are not really new to us. They existed before in our life, but we did not notice them so much, because our life was totally enveloped in myriad desires. Before we entered the spiritual life, we were all unconscious. The tiger in us was sleeping. But when the tiger sees that we are trying to leave its domain, it says, "Where are you going? What right have you to leave me? I will devour you before you leave me." As long as the desired tiger is confident that we will stay with it all the time, it does not feel the necessity to threaten or frighten us. But when we start trying to come out of our bondage cage, the ignorance tiger tries to prevent us. It attacks us most vehemently with doubts and other undivine forces as soon as it feels that we are threatening to leave it. While we are in the ordinary life, there is no intensity. Today we have one desire, tomorrow 4, and the next day 10 or 20. But we are rarely intense, even in trying to achieve and fulfill our own desires. Our desires are mere wishes. We do not have the capacity or the willingness to work to fulfill them. We want to be rich or famous, or great or brilliant or beautiful, but far from working to achieve these desires. We will not even pray sincerely for their fulfillment. When a seeker enters into the spiritual path, if he has not wholeheartedly accepted it, or if he is not far advanced, then during his meditation the same desires may come forward. He will begin to think, "This person is very rich. This person is very beautiful. This person has some good qualities which I do not have." While he is praying for peace, light, and bliss, one part of his being may be consciously and deliberately cherishing the desire to become a multimillionaire. At that time, the intensity of the seeker's meditation meets with these earthly desires. Then what happens? The intensity enters into the desires and makes them much stronger than they previously were. It is through the unillumined mind that desires try to approach us even after we have entered into the life of aspiration. The best thing we can do is never to allow any impurity in the form of desire, doubt, anxiety, jealousy, or any unaspiring thoughts to enter our minds during meditation. If a desire comes to us while we are not meditating, it is not good to cherish it. But it is infinitely worse to cherish it during meditation. If we cherish desire or any impure thought during meditation, then we are simply strengthening the power of the negative forces and making our own spiritual journey more difficult. When desires come into our life of aspiration, we must not be afraid of them. We must take them as hurdles. It is true that if there are no obstacles or impediments in our way, we will run faster. But if there are impediments, each time we cross one hurdle, we get additional strength and encouragement to try to cross another one. If we have no hurdles, we are fortunate. But if we do have some, because of our long association with ignorance, we should feel confident that we will be able to transcend them because we have aspiration, the inner impetus to pass all obstacles and reach the goal.